Hello and welcome to Kids Connect. You may have heard about the fruits of the Spirit and wondering what they are and how it is part of our Christian faith. In the Bible, Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23, it tells us the Spirit produces love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. This week, we're going to talk about one of these fruits and how it relates to our everyday lives. A few weeks ago during Kids Connect, Gary had a lesson on kindness, one of the fruits of Spirit. I'm here to talk about another fruit, the fruit of joy. Did you know you can find the word joy nearly 200 times in the Bible? People often confuse the word joy with happiness, but they are not the same thing. Happiness is an emotion the same way sadness is an emotion. It is hard for a person to feel happy and sad at the same time, but joy is from within. Regardless of what it is going on around you, joy is from within the heart. Joyful people show thankfulness even in sad times. It's okay to feel sad. People who are joyful can still feel sad. Joy describes a feeling of inner gladness, delight, or rejoicing. This inner gladness leads to a cheerful heart, and a cheerful heart leads to cheerful behaviors and actions. Well, I have a demonstration here, and if you want to pause the video and collect the items and do this along with me or later, you'll need a bottle, a balloon, a funnel would make your life easier, baking soda, and I have some vinegar as well. So I am going to first pour vinegar into my empty bottle. Ooh. Oh, that should be maybe a little bit more. You know, there are specific measurements, but you know, if you got plenty, it should be good. Probably half a cup, I would guess. And then you've got your balloon. I'm going to make a funnel out of paper because I don't have a funnel, so I'm going to roll up a piece of paper. Stick it in my balloon to make it easier to get the baking soda in there. All right. I would say probably 4 tablespoons of baking soda, but you know, it's really hard to measure sometimes, so we're going to do the best we can without making a mess on the table. But it happens. I'm not exactly the cleanest cook, but I do always clean up after myself. All right, that's pretty good. Now, I am going to put the balloon over the bottle, just like that. Wow, can't wait to see what's going to happen. Now, kind of like joy, it kind of fills us up inside, like this vinegar and this baking soda is going to have a woo! Reaction. It filled up the balloon. It's still going. Oh boy. Woo. And boy, I smell like vinegar now too. It's still going. Well, but how do we show joy? These are difficult times we are facing, and after all, we are somehow still in the middle of a pandemic, a world pandemic. Our lives are changed. Wearing masks at school, well, not wearing them, and then wearing more masks. It's just, has this ever happened in our lives before? In our parents' lives? In our grandparents' lives? Well, it's kind of making my head dizzy thinking about it. At times, it just may seem difficult to be joyful. The Bible does have a few examples for us, though. This first example is from Psalms 30, chapter 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. Looking at another example from the book of Nahum, well, we'll learn about Nahum later, but he was a man who prayed continually for changes. This is a little harder book to find because it's a small one. It's before Psalms, but not too far back. If you start at Psalms and go backwards, you'll get to Job, and then Esther, and then Nahum. This is a little bit of a verse from Nahum, chapter 8, at verse 10. Don't be sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Well, let's remember that although joy isn't something consistent in our lives, we can pray about it, pray for it, and see examples in our everyday lives. Remember, joy is a fruit of the Spirit, and just like physical fruit, which needs time to grow on a tree, the fruit of Spirit is not ripened overnight. It as well as personally grow, as we personally grow and mature in our faith, so does the spiritual fruit. It takes everyone time to be a joyful person. Well, I'm still working on it. I'm going to leave you with this song and this joyful balloon. Let's see. Have you heard of the song, I've got the joy, joy, joy down in my heart? Well, sing along if you know it. Let's see. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. Till next week.